Good day, I am Kathleen Caraan and together with Ms. Charlie Manbinalia, we have a research study entitled Functional Development of Man and Biosphere Reserve in Puerto Galera. Puerto Galera is located in Mindoro Island. It has some of Asia's most diversified coral reef diving located in the middle of the Coral Triangle. Due to its richness in biodiversity, UNESCO designated it as Man and Biosphere Reserve in 1977. UNESCO, through its Man and Biosphere program, identifies sites from all over the world that develops the basis for sustainable use and conservation of its biological diversity. It primarily aims for the improvement of the relationship between people and their environment globally. Unfortunately, last 2016, PGBR or Puerto Galera's Biosphere Reserve became at risk due to booming tourism industry and lack of support from previous local governments. Many articles were published on the internet and this includes Puerto Galera, a lost biosphere reserve. This served as a driving factor for the researchers to pursue this research. The contributors also have chosen this research in order to reclaim the municipality of Puerto Galera's lost treasure. Research instrument and data collection. For this study, both interview and survey questionnaire instrument was used to achieve the main objective of the research. The questionnaire comprises of a total of 10 questions which is divided into two sectors. First sector aims to determine the awareness of the residents or the respondents regarding Puerto Galera's richness in biodiversity, and the second sector aims to determine their awareness regarding the designation of Puerto Galera as Man and Biosphere Reserve because of its richness in biodiversity. Data processing and statistical treatment. To establish more accurate data from the large population, the researchers employed cluster sampling technique. The population of the study are the residents of Puerto Galera. Based on 2022 census, Puerto Galera has a total of 41,961 total population, and these respondents are clustered according to the barangay they belong. The results and findings. So this table shows the respondents' total perception towards Puerto Galera, both of their awareness towards Puerto Galera's reach by biodiversity and their awareness about Puerto Galera as Man and Biosphere Reserve. So from this table, we can infer that the respondents' perception on Puerto Galera's richness in biodiversity is 3.16. I forgot to mention in our methodology that we used Likert scale. 4, and this will help us measure the answers of our respondents in our survey questionnaire. 4 is for strongly agree, 3 is agree, 2 is disagree, and 1 is for strongly disagree. So going back, the respondents' perception on Puerto Galera's richness in biodiversity is 3.16, which falls under agree, and their perception on Puerto Galera as Man and Biosphere Reserve is 1.6, which falls under strongly disagree. This only means the respondents are aware regarding Puerto Galera as being rich in biodiversity, while they are not aware about the concept of UNESCO's Man and Biosphere Reserve itself. The data gathered in the interview. According to the interview with the Municipal Environment and Natural Resources Officer, currently, Puerto Galera has gradually been aligned to the concept of UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. The community is gradually becoming aware of its obligations to promote the idea that PG is a biosphere reserve, and developments are now firmly entrenched in sustainable programs. Additionally, it was said that although the community is still a low level of awareness of Puerto Galera as a biosphere reserve, this still can be changed by creating websites or using social media to spread awareness of the PGBR. Based from all the data that we have gathered, these are the following conclusions. The respondents are aware that Puerto Galera has rich and diverse biodiversity both in land and in sea. They have been involved in different activities but they have no idea about Puerto Galera as being rich in UNESCO's Biosphere Reserve. They are not aware that this concept exists. Third, there is a need to inform the community regarding the existence of UNESCO's Man and Biosphere Reserve. And lastly, promotional online sites would be beneficial to the municipality in fostering knowledge and awareness with the community regarding the UNESCO's program, including their goals, objectives, and guidelines in sustaining and conserving Puerto Galera's biological diversity.